Hey guys, Berger here with MVP Paintball. Thanks a lot for joining us on this episode of Player Spotlight. This week, I'm joined by Ducky.
What's up?
All right, so first things first, where does the name Ducky come from? Your real name, do you even want to tell people your real name?
My name's Mike Marletta.
All right, and how did you get the name Ducky?
Oh, dude, it goes way back.
Like pre-paintball way back?
Pre-paintball, yeah, probably like back in middle school.
Okay.
Name just kind of stuck. So, probably like 7th or 8th grade. So.
All right, well, that tells us when you got it, but how did you get it?
You get it out of me.
He's like, okay, if I just say like how long ago it was, that answers the question, right?
So, the movie, The Land Before Time.
I love that movie, actually.
Yes, yeah. Apparently, I look just like him. Back when I was a kid.
I'm gonna have to see pictures of this now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Ducky was actually my favorite character in The Land Before Time, so that's hilarious. So you got it from a movie because you look like... Like
just
that.
stuck.
That's awesome. Was not expecting that, to be honest. Like I don't really know what I expected, but it wasn't The Land Before Time.
It's kind of like a loaded question. You know, it could be anything.
Right? Yeah. Like was he like bringing ducks with him to paintball events or something? I didn't know that it predated paintball. That's great. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been playing paintball for probably 12, 13 years now.
Okay.
I'm in sales. I've always hung out with you guys. I've always been around town, but paintball is a part of life for me. You know, it's probably the better half of my life. I've been in the industry, so it's something that I would never change and never give up. And if I had the chance to do it all over again, I would.
So how old are you?
I'm 27.
27, and you're from Rochester, or? Okay. All right. You said you're in sales.
I am.
What kind of sales?
I am.
Like pharmaceuticals?
No, I wish.
Okay.
No, I sell cars and real estate.
Cars and real estate. All right, we'll get more into that in just a little bit. Yeah, you mentioned that paintball is a big part of your life. What got you started into paintball?
Believe it or not.
I'm probably not going to. I'm not going to.
Yeah, probably not.
This.
Well, when I was young, you know, probably 11, 12 years old, 13 years old, playing, every kid's got video games, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So you want to take the video games, want to take it to the next level. Started playing airsoft with my buddies. Next thing you know, we're Googling, you know, where can we play airsoft? First thing that popped up was MVP. So,
which, by the way, MVP did not offer airsoft at the time.
They didn't, but it was the closest thing to it. So I'm just like, let's go check this out. So we go.
No paintball equipment, right?
No, no, there's some.
No, I mean, you didn't have any, right?
Oh, I didn't have any.
Yeah, so you went there and you had to rent everything. And,
right, yeah, which was cool. It was a little bit different, but it was very cool, very cool.
And, I mean, that got you hooked then?
Yeah.
Stop playing airsoft to play paintball?
From as long, oh yeah. Threw the airsoft, go in the closet, gone, done.
So how old were you? You said?
Oh, I was young, probably
like
12.
11 years?
Yeah, 11, 12. So.
Okay. So like 15-ish years ago?
Ish, yeah.
15-ish years ago? All right. Well, so 15 with I can't do math today.
No, you're about right. You're about right. That was the Friday night and Saturday night highlight every single weekend. My dad would just roll his eyes and be like, "We're going?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're going."
Did he play with you?
He did not.
Oh, he just dropped you off?
Yep, dropped me off, said, "Pick you up later."
Made a ton of friends starting with it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, a bunch of my buddies, that was the meetup spot. That was the hangout spot. So.
And did that lead to like any of you guys, you know, making a transition from that rec ball player to like tournament style or anything? Or?
Yeah. There was MVP hosted their own internal tournament, and that's what made me break away from the usual, you know, Friday night, Saturday night thing. Now we're going Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. Now we're going there. Now it's business.
And I'm assuming you got your own gear. You didn't use rental gear for those?
Oh yeah.
So what kind of gear did you start out with?
Oh man. I started out with it was kind of like a hand-me-down type of thing, but after when I started going more frequently, I started going out because the showroom was right next door, and told my dad, I need this, and this. So
your dad was pretty supportive of you playing?
Yeah, he liked it. Kept me out of trouble. So.
Did he come and watch any of the tournaments?
He did.
Yeah?
He did.
So you had your own little cheering section there?
Oh, yeah. Well, he was mostly laughing the whole time.
I take it you didn't do well in the beginning.
No, but it was fun. It was so much fun.
So what teams did you start playing for? Like
Did I
lead me through the journey of like who you started playing for and all the way up to now. It doesn't have to be every team. I know that we've gone to
there's dozens.
individual
Where do I
tournaments that
start?
you do like throwaway names like Pretty Pink Panthers and by the way, that's on the wall up at GRC somewhere. Pretty Pink Panthers. We won a tournament there.
Yeah, I played for dozens of teams. At first, it was just a bunch of my buddies just kind of throwing together. But then I met this gentleman named Buddy Bauer. And,
I mean, gentleman's kind of a...
Yeah, I'm like, who is that guy?
Gentleman. I don't know.
Gentleman?
I don't know if that really describes
he was a young buck back in the day, but he was cool though. He was cool. He had a lot of teams under his belt. He had experience, and he hosted some tryouts. And after these little internal tournaments that we did, these little 3-man tournaments, then there was tryouts after that. So my very first team that I joined was Brooklyn Style.
Brooklyn Style, okay.
Brooklyn Style, that was MXL.
And that was one of Buddy's teams?
Correct,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, was it more of a, like he saw you play and approached you, or did you see him there?
There's a tryout.
Okay.
There's a tryout, yeah, and I approached, you had to sign up for it, and there was huge turnout. There was a lot of people there, so.
And you made one of those teams.
Somehow.
Still not understanding how you did it? No, that's fair. So you started with Brooklyn Style, and then where'd you go from there?
I did a couple seasons with them, and then we eventually moved up because there was the AXBL and MXL league there. So that was best years of my life, by the way. So a lot of teams. It was close to like a national event. It felt like a national event. Yeah,
it was a pretty big paintball series up here in the Northeast. Multiple areas, sister company up in Canada for the CXBL.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I know that we had 3 fields going. I don't remember the number of teams. It might have been like 16 or 20 teams, somewhere in there.
Yeah. And it blew
good competition.
Up.
A lot of good players that came out to that too. Like
there was.
The Northeast, surprisingly, has a lot of good players coming out of it. You wouldn't think so because half of our year is filled with the white stuff.
Weather doesn't really like us here.
Yeah, so when you look at that compared to like West Coast teams, but I mean, there's a lot of good players that have come out of the Northeast, which I consider you one of those players that have grown out here.
Stuck around. Yeah, stuck around. So it's addicting. It's a lot of fun.
It is very addicting.
It's a lot of fun.
Once you get into it, it's hard to walk away from it.
Right. You can only take these short little breaks, but you always get the itch in the springtime.
And this interview is about you, but like one of the things for me about paintball is like that sense of community that you feel. And
I agree.
That kind of brotherhoodship of a team, and it's like, you don't want to leave your family behind.
Yeah, so, absolutely. There's some people that I met through this industry that I would never meet if I didn't join that industry. So I'm forever grateful for that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of lifetime friends. That's one of my favorite things about paintball. Everybody sticks together and comes together, even out on the field. Like out on the field, if you're on the opposite side, I want to shoot you.
Oh yeah.
Off the field, we're drinking together. Like it's and that's the great thing about paintball for me.
Oh yeah.
So what did you do? So who did you play with for the AXBL?
AXBL was the same team. We just moved up.
Okay.
We just moved up. That was Brooklyn Tempo. Changed the name a little bit. So.
And then after AXBL, any other teams?
After AXBL, we switched leagues to, I want to say, oh my gosh.
Some lesser league?
Probably. There was a league out in Syracuse. I don't know if you remember or not. I think it's NYPS or...
NYPL, I think?
NYPL, maybe.
NYPL, I think.
It was short-lived.
New York Paintball League, I think it was.
Yeah, it was short-lived, but it was cool, though. That was an outdoor event. I did a couple seasons there, and then...
Outdoor turf field.
Outdoor turf, yep. And then after that, there was a little span of a break for me. I took some time off, but then I started getting into national level events, and that's when it all took off. All right,
what team did you play for national?
First national event was Factory Black.
Factory Black, okay.
Factory Black, that was with good friend Rhino and Johnny Delano, so that was a lot of fun. We got spanked. It was so funny, but it was...
So where was this event at?
That was Chicago.
Chicago,
yep.
And was it... Like, was that back in NPPL days? After that, was it PSP?
It was PSP.
Okay.
It was PSP, yep. I want to say, if I had to put my finger on it, 2011, 2012.
Okay.
So a lot of fun. It was my first event, so it was a lot of exposure. And
kid in a candy store kind of?
Yeah, basically,
feeling?
you know, we were just kind of like a big fish in a small pond. So we were conquering the local events, and it was the first time we went to a national event. We were just like, whoa.
Not expecting it.
Yep.
Not expecting it. No, that's awesome.
So
after that, any other teams, or was that?
After that, man, really making me jog my memory here.
Told you, I'm trying to get up to present.
I know. After that, I think...
You don't have to go through every one of them if it's just like the major ones.
Major ones, I think we somehow, we ventured back to, the original... Out of all the teams that Buddy had, there was a couple stragglers, me including one of them, and we kind of just formed, out of all, I think there was like 3 or 4 teams, and we just kind of consolidated to one, and then we just stuck around ever since. So, and that was Rochester Rhythm.
Okay.
So then I've been on that team ever since.
All right. And you're on them right now?
Yes.
And did you go to the pro event?
We did.
Yeah? We
did, ICPL.
All right. And how'd you do on that?
We had a lot of fun. It's not the traditional air ball that we usually play. We do woods ball, there's a hyper ball field, and then there's a hybrid field. So it was kind of like this outside. But with a couple trees in the mix.
Okay.
So trees.
Was it still 5-man or 10-man?
It was 10-man.
Okay.
It was 10-man. Again, another different format that we kind of had
kind
to
of a
adjust
throwback
to.
Too.
Absolutely.
Like 10-man used to be a thing, and then it went to like 7-man, and then 5-man, and then there were some 3-mans and Top Guns and 2-on-2s and stuff, and then it kind of went back to 5-man, and then NXL.
You'll notice that league itself is making a comeback. Mm-hmm. So you'll probably see a lot more of that. But again, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Ton of fun.
And how did you guys do in that?
Not so hot.
Not so hot?
Not so hot.
Better than expected, about what you expected? Or
better than expected.
Didn't get spanked?
No. We held our own. We were up against pro teams. Okay. So that was exciting.
Want to name drop any of them?
I think we played against Damage. We played against LA Infamous. Okay. And also Baltimore Revo, which is now... they merged with Upton 187 crew, so now they're kind of like a combination of the two. Right. So.
And what's your favorite position to play while you're playing? I know that it can change from tournament to tournament, but as far as being like a front player, mid player, back player.
I'm all front.
All front? So
all the time.
Snake, D-side, middle?
Wherever you need me, basically.
Wherever you can go and get somebody?
Mostly snake side.
Mostly snake?
Mostly snake side, but I love playing the center. It's a lot of fun. So
what do you think your tournament highlight, or I guess just playing career highlight, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a particular play or anything, but what do you think your most memorable moment in paintball is?
Most memorable moment is traveling to the event. There's really no one specific moment, not one specific bunker, there's not one specific win, because there's plenty of wins and there's plenty of losses, but it's having everyone in one area and just having your whole team there and just going out and being idiots together, basically having fun.
He means being idiots in a good way,
In a good way,
like
in a good way.
Silly kind of idiot, right?
So that in itself, it's the travel, it's the drive, it's the journey, it's the memory. That's what always sticks. The win and the loss, you'll never remember how many wins and losses, but you'll remember the weekend.
Gotcha. So what do you think your low light of playing, like, getting spanked or flat tire on the side of the highway and getting splashed with water or something, like whatever you think?
There's plenty of those. So that would be AXBL, our first year of AXBL.
Okay. What was low about it?
It was friendly fire, believe it or not. It was friendly fire, yeah. So
tell me it was Buddy.
No, it was me and a good friend Tyler. We won the point. I'll start off by saying that. We won the point. We went to go hang the flag, and I wasn't looking where he was going because I was being selfish and I wanted to grab the flag. So needless to say, I got the flag, but as soon as I grabbed that flag, I was met with a tank to the face.
Oh, not where I thought the story was going. I thought you were going to say like you got shot out as you hung the flag or something.
Oh no. Well, yeah, I didn't get shot, but you know.
Probably would have rather been shot than
I would have rather been, to be honest with you.
So what do you think your favorite event that you've ever been to was?
Favorite event?
Favorite event?
Probably, it was actually pretty recent. It was NXL Vegas.
Okay.
Beautiful weather. Travel time was good. We actually left in a snowstorm. So
as one normally does.
Similar to a day like today, you know, we had easily a foot of snow the night before. Hopped on a plane, woke up in 80-degree weather, palm tree. It was beautiful. It's beautiful. I didn't want to go back.
Oh, I mean, it's Vegas.
Exactly,
so.
and it was my first time going, so it was a lot of fun.
Are you guys doing this Vegas event in a couple of weeks?
It's still up in the air. Probably not, but we will do at least one NXL.
So on an NXL event this season?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So, you know, obviously you've been in paintball for a long time.
Yeah.
Paintball's a big portion of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about paintball. What do you do outside of paintball that brings you joy?
Outside on a day like today, I'd be skiing.
I mean, not necessarily outside, but outside of the paintball industry. But you like skiing?
Love to ski.
All right. Where do you ski at?
Anywhere, really. Bristol, Holiday Valley.
Ever traveled for it, like Colorado?
Have done Colorado.
Yeah.
I've conquered that. That was a ton of fun. This year, maybe in March, a good friend of mine, we'd like to go to Vermont. Check that out. So we'll see what happens.
And how long have you been skiing for? I mean, because it's not, skiing isn't one of those things like you just go, you pick up skis and you go down the hill and you're done. Like,
yeah.
It takes some time.
It does. It does. Probably third or fourth year. So I just recently picked it up.
Okay.
So
Nice.
Yep.
I remember my first time skiing. We were at Bristol, and I had no idea what I was doing. Like it was, somebody's like, just tuck and you go, and if you want to stop, you
Pizza, bro. Pizza.
What's it called? Towing or plowing or something?
Yep.
And no idea what anything was. I go up on the lift and I'm on the black diamond and like I'm just tucking, going as fast as I can.
Tuck and roll.
Easiest way to stop while you're skiing, by the way, is falling. I found that out.
Oh yeah.
Much easier for me anyway.
You'll learn real quick to ski if you're doing that.
Anything else outside of paintball?
Not really. No, I like to hang out with my dogs, go hiking, just be outside. Don't really like to be inside, so to speak.
Fair enough.
So,
That's awesome. All right, so you mentioned earlier about being in sales and real estate. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So I started selling cars probably 5 or 6 years ago at Bob Johnson Chevy, and I've always been so curious to sell, more.
Okay.
You know? So the next big thing to buying a car would be to buy a house. So I started Googling stuff. Next thing you know, here I am taking a test. Now I'm selling real estate for Keller Williams.
I'm sorry, what's the name?
Keller Williams.
Keller Williams. All right. And we'll put information for that down in the description and stuff like that. Is there anything else that you'd like to promote?
Not really.
Team Rhythm have like a Facebook page or Instagram, Twitter, anything like that?
I think we have a Facebook page.
You have a Facebook page? All right, well, we'll look on Facebook and we'll see if we can find anything for Team Rhythm. We'll put that down in the description and stuff below. And we appreciate you coming out here, taking the time for us.
No problem.
I know you're a busy man, selling lots of stuff. So if you need a car, go see him.
Car or house.
What's that?
Car or house.
Car or house, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. As soon as Mitch starts moving around and hitting lights and sure. All right, toes getting a little tingly.
Yeah.
I can't feel my leg.
Whoa. I can feel my toes again. We're getting somewhere.
I'm not going to go into any more than that. We're on camera.